Hi everyone, my name is Monique.
And I'm Naveen from Before You Play.
And today we're going to be playing through a game that is currently on Kickstarter called The Flames of Fafnir.
Yes, this game is designed by Martino, Chiacchiera, as well as Federico, Pierlorenzi, and published by Lucky Duck Games, who are helping sponsor this playthrough. And in this game, we're going to be taking on the roles of heroes who are going to be trying to kind of work together in order to defend our village from the Flames of Fafnir.
Yes, this is a resource management and tower defense game that also features a fire-breathing dragon in the form of marbles for 1 to 4 players. And so today, as usual, we are going to start with a teach of the game, and we'll go straight into our 2-player playthrough. If you'd like to jump around, we'll include timestamps in the description below.
Now, we do have to mention this is a prototype copy of the game, so things are subject to change in the future. So just be aware of that when watching this video. If you are interested in the campaign, there is a link in the description, which you can check out at your leisure. And lastly, if you like these kind of videos and you want to see more in the future, please consider subscribing.
And with that, we are ready to begin. So if you'd please direct your attention to the center of the table, we're all set up here for a 2-player game of The Flames of Fafnir. Welcome to the village.
Yeah, that's his lair.
And the dragon's lair.
Oh, yeah.
And so like we were mentioning, in this game, players play as various heroes who are trying to protect the village against the dragon, known as Fafnir. And so over the course of the game, we're going to be moving around the board, collecting resources, and completing quests in order to collect these runes that we will need to slay the dragon by destroying all 5 of the dragon's heart chambers. And of course, along the way, we'll also be scoring points in the form of glory, and all of this needs to be done before the dragon completely destroys all 5 of the village's bastions.
Now, although this might sound like a fully cooperative game, it's not. We are going to be trying to gain as many points as physically possible for ourselves, try to slay the dragon maybe cooperatively, and have the most amount of points at the end of the game.
And there is a possible trader mechanic, which we will be describing later. And so the game is played over the course of several rounds. And each round, players will be taking turns, taking 1 turn each, followed by the dragon, who always acts last. And the way that the dragon works is when it's their turn to go, they're going to be doing things such as adding these shard tiles to their heart chamber board, which will determine the types of runes that we'll have to turn in order to destroy that heart chamber. They'll also be adding fire to their belly in the form of small and large marbles. And then, of course, they'll be breathing fire. Now, there is a bit of physics to the game, and so just so you know, everything is still a work in progress, including the design of the dragon and just the way that the marbles will be rolling down towards the village. But whenever the dragon breathes fire, we are going to take these marbles and place them into the dragon, allowing the marbles to roll down towards the village.
Destroyed.
And basically anything that the marble hits along that path gets destroyed, with the exception of the heroes. The heroes will gain you points, actually, because you gain glory for getting hit by the dragon.
It's like, hey, look, back that way.
Exactly. But unfortunately, any of the 5 bastions that are hit get destroyed. And if all 5 bastions are destroyed, that is one way in which the game could end, and all players lose. Now, there's a little bit more to the dragon's turn, but that is the basic concept of what the dragon will be doing.
Sure.
So then, starting with the first player and going clockwise, on your turn, you're always going to be taking 1 action. And in addition, you can choose to either move or you can peek at one of the 6 quest tiles that are on the board. And this can be done in either order. You can choose to move and then take your action, or take your action first and then move, etc. And so speaking of moving, movement in this game is very simple. Each hero has a base movement of 2 spaces, and when moving, you can only move orthogonally, so I could not move diagonally. In addition, you can always move through spaces that contains practically anything, but you can't end your turn on a space that contains a hero or a building. Now, each player has 2 embankments on their player board, and we'll talk about how to build these in a second, but as soon as you build the leftmost one, that increases your movement to 3, and if you build both, then you'll have 4 movements per turn. Alternatively, instead of moving, you can choose to peek at one of the quest tiles on the board. And so the way that these quest tiles works is there are 3 different levels of quests. All of the quests on the board right now are the easy quests, and you can tell this because they all have tarantulas on them. Throughout the game, we're going to be adding additional quests, and they do get harder. But basically, quest tiles look like this. They show a combination of resources at the top that you'll need to turn in order to complete the quest. And the reason why you want to complete these is because they each have a rune, which is that colored symbol on them. And we will need to turn these in by the the time we get to the dragon's lair in order to destroy one of the dragon's heart chambers. Now, in this game, there are 3 different types of resources. We have troops, materials, as well as gold treasure. And so in this example, this quest tile would require me to turn in 2 troops and 1 material in order to complete it. In addition, each quest tile shows an epic quest option at the bottom here, which basically gives you a specific criteria that you'll need to meet in order to complete the epic quest. And if you meet that criteria, then you also get a 2 resource discount on the regular cost of the quest. And so in this example, had one of my previously deployed buildings been destroyed, then I would complete the epic quest, scoring me 2 glory. So anytime you see that symbol, that stands for the points in the game. And I would get to pay 2 less resources for the actual quest. In addition, when you complete a quest, you score glory points equal to the difficulty level of the quest. So the easy ones will score you 1, the medium ones score you 2, and the hard ones score you 3. So when peeking at a quest, you're going to secretly look at one of these, and then you place one of your 3 eye tokens on top of the quest that you peeked at, signifying that you've already looked at it once before, which means you can continue to look at it again if you forget, because there is no memory component to this. But again, on your turn, you're either peeking or moving. And you also get to take 1 action. Now in this game, there are 5 different types of actions that you can take, and the game comes with a player aid, but again, this is a prototype. So any iconography and graphic design and general components may possibly be changing. So then, the first type of action that you can take is gathering resources. If you'll notice, the board has pre-printed squares, and these represent the 3 different types of resources in the game. And when taking this action, you get to take all of the resources that are on the space that you're currently on, as well as all of the 8 surrounding spaces. And you actually get to take 2 resources per symbol. So in this example, if I were to gather resources, I would gain 2 plus 2 materials. And just so you know, at the start of the game, your player board maxes out at 6 of each type of resource until you start building these embankments, which will start increasing the amount of resources you can hold. And speaking of these embankments, the next type of action is deploying a building. And so if you'll notice, each player has 4 different types of buildings on their player board. We have 2 embankments, 3 watchtowers, 3 walls, and 3 barricades. And so taking this action allows you to build 1 building, and the cost associated is next to the building type. And so when building, you always have to build from left to right, which means you have to build the smaller embankment before the larger one, and from bottom to top in the case of the watchtowers. And we'll discuss the various costs as we play the game. And each type of building will give you a benefit when building it, as well as when it gets destroyed by a marble hitting it along the way to the village.
The flames.
Now, when deploying a building, you have to place it adjacent to your hero miniature. And specifically, embankments take up 2 spaces. But when placing them out, they always have to be placed parallel to the bastions, because these buildings are technically for defending the bastions against the oncoming marble flame.
And even though Monique has placed this embankment on a spot that has resources, you can't end your turn there, but you can still gather resources from there.
And anytime embankments are destroyed, then you just gain glory points. It's 2 points for the small one and 4 points for the large one. Next, we have watchtowers. And when built, these also gain you glory points. It's 1 point, 2 points, and then 3 points for the topmost. And when you place them, as long as they're still on the board, whenever you gather resources, in addition to the resources that you gather from your hero, you also gather resources from each of your watchtowers, but only 1 resource per symbol. So in this example, on a future turn, if I were to gather resources, I would gain 4 materials for my hero, and I would also gain another 2 materials and 1 gold treasure because of this watchtower. And that is for every watchtower that you have on the board. And each time a watchtower is destroyed, then they also gain you additional resources depending on which watchtower. And as soon as your third of any of these 3 building types is destroyed, then you immediately gain 3 glory.
One important thing to note in this game is if any of your buildings are destroyed, they do not go back to your board. They are out of the game.
Right. But there may be some artifact cards that may revive them. So then, moving on to our last 2 types of buildings, we have walls and barricades. And same thing, when built, you have to place them adjacent to your hero. And so walls, when built, don't actually get you anything. But from now on, whenever you attempt to complete a quest, you get a 1 resource discount for each wall that you have deployed. And when destroyed, they allow you to immediately move your hero miniature a certain number of spaces. And barricades, when built, gain you an artifact card, and when they get destroyed, then they allow you to peek at 1, 2, or 3 quests on the board, also depending on which barricade it was. And those are all the different types of buildings. Now, before we move on to the next action, one quick note about artifact cards. These cards are going to be very important. We actually start the game by drawing 3 cards and choosing one to start. So we've both already chosen our artifacts. I have reinforcements.
I have a Crown of Loyalty.
And we'll discuss them right before we start the playthrough. Sure. But basically, some artifact cards give you an ongoing ability. Some cards, such as this one, allow you to discard the card in order to do an ability. Some of them give you endgame points.
Yeah, like mine.
Anytime you see that symbol. And some of them, like mine, give you a rune. And these we can discard from our hand in order to attempt to slay the dragon as well. Now, whenever you gain an artifact card, you will always be able to choose from the 4 face up on this board. But if you ever take the ones to the leftmost or rightmost, then you also gain a resource of your choice. And these will always refill from their respective decks, so that players will always have a choice between 4 options. All right, so then the next type of action allows you to undertake a quest. So when taking this action, your miniature needs to be on the quest tile.
You did not have to peek at this beforehand.
Correct. And so when you undertake a quest, you're going to look at the quest tile and determine if you're actually able to complete it. And if not, then instead you would raid the tile by gaining 2 gold treasure. You would put it back, and you would also have to actually move 2 spaces towards the village, which is not great because in this game we are trying to progress further and further up towards the dragon's lair.
Yep.
And so having to go backwards loses you time. And like we've already explained earlier, if you are able to complete the quest, then you take the quest tile and score your points. So then the next type of action is praying to the gods. And you can only take this action if your hero miniature is adjacent to one of the 3 lightning bolt symbols. So right now Naveen cannot pray to the gods, but I can. And when doing so, you can move your thunder marker clockwise around the track up to the number of spaces equal to however many lightning bolts are next to you. So there's 1 here. If you're next to this middle one, then you can move it up to 2 spaces. And the last one is up to 3 spaces, always to a minimum of 1. And after you finish moving your thunder marker, then you're going to gain any of the resources that you passed along the way, as well as the benefit of the space that your marker lands on. So 3 of these spaces will gain you artifact cards in the way that we've already described, and the other 3 will gain you glory points. This space is 1 point for each artifact card you have. This one is 1 point for each building you've already deployed.
Yep.
And the last space is, it actually gives you the ability to either move this flame tracker up 1 space or back 1 space. And you also score 3 glory points. Now, this flame tracker is scary because if it ever reaches the very end of the track, then we have to destroy the rightmost bastion.
Right.
So we are going to try to keep this at bay, but that is how that works. Which leads us into the final action, which is attacking the dragon.
Sure.
And so this action can only be taken if you are adjacent to the dragon's lair. So that's basically any space in this row. It doesn't matter where you are as it relates to the dragon. You just have to be in this last row. Now, the way that attacking the dragon works is we are always going to attempt to destroy the leftmost active chamber. And when this happens, we are going to reveal all of the shard tiles that have been placed in that column. So I'm just going to go ahead and reveal this as an example. Sometimes, like this, we'll get lucky and they'll be blank. But other times, they may show additional runes that we'll need to turn in order to destroy that chamber. So if it looked like this, if I wanted to destroy that leftmost chamber, I would have to turn in 2 yellow runes, because you always have to turn in the rune at the very top, as well as 1 green. Now, when turning in these runes, I can use any combination of artifact cards that have the rune symbol on top, or quest tiles that I've completed and I now have in my possession. But for each rune that I am not able to complete by turning in these 2 things, I can instead spend 3 gold treasure. Although I must always turn in at least 1, you can't just pay the entire thing. And for each rune I'm able to satisfy, I score 3 glory. Now, I don't have to destroy the entire chamber on my 1 turn. Sure. So this example, if it looked like this, I could turn in this 1 yellow rune for 1 of those, and I would discard that, score my 3 points. But because I failed in destroying the entire chamber, I would then have to move my hero miniature back to the first lightning bolt space. And it's actually any space that's adjacent to this first lightning bolt area. In addition, this chamber would be available to place more shards in again in the future. And so had I been able to turn in all of the runes necessary, I would destroy that first chamber. All these would get discarded. I'd score my points, flip this over, and now I would actually have the option to withdraw by placing my hero miniature adjacent to any of the 3 lightning bolts of my choice, or I can continue to attack the dragon. So if I've acquired a ton of runes and I'm just ready to try to destroy, all of these chambers, I can continue to attack the dragon.
But you're always going to be attacking from left to right.
That's right. And that is essentially how attacking the dragon works. As soon as we are able to destroy the rightmost chamber, then that is the other way in which the game ends. And we'll actually get to count up points at that time. And whoever has the most glory would be the winner. But there is one last thing. Well, 2 last things, actually. One of which is the hidden traitor mechanic. So when you are adjacent to the dragon's lair, you can choose the attack the dragon action to instead become the dragon rider. Now, only one player can attempt this once per game. So it is quite a rare feat. And that player must have at least 15 glory, because when doing so, you are first going to bring your marker back to the next red spot, and that player will become the dragon rider. They are no longer going to be scoring points. They are on the dragon's team. You would put your miniature on the dragon because you have become the dragon, and on your turn, you will be playing these dragon rider cards instead, trying to destroy the bastions. And if you are able to destroy all 5 bastions, then only the dragon rider will win. But we'll explain that in more detail if that situation ever arises. The last thing is the dragon's turn. After each player has gone, the dragon will always go last, and basically we have a 5-card dragon deck, and each time the dragon goes, we're going to flip over the next card in the deck and place it at the top of their dragon board, and we're just going to resolve the card from left to right. And these effects are going to be things such as adding a large marble or a small marble to the dragon's belly, strengthening the heart chambers by adding shards to the chamber with the least amount of shards. We'll be adding more quest tiles onto the board, and if ever we have to add a quest tile when a hero miniature is there, then they lose 1 glory, so you have to try to complete a quest and then leave the space. And of course, the dragon will be breathing fire.
Sure.
Anytime we get to the 3rd slot here, we're also going to resolve this chit, which is adding a small marble and breathing fire. So definitely the 3rd turn of each cycle is going to be the dragon breathing fire. And as soon as we resolve the 5th and final card, then we also have this scoring token that we're going to resolve, which basically will reward the player, whoever is closest to the dragon at that time, with some sort of benefit. But that is essentially it. Again, we continue playing until we have either destroyed all 5 heart chambers or all 5 bastions have been destroyed. And then at that point, we'll determine a winner. And that's essentially it. So I think we are ready to begin. Are you ready?
I'm ready.
All right. The first player is the player who is seated to the left of Fafnir. So that's going to be me.
You.
So it's going to be me, then Naveen, and then Fafnir. Over and over again until the game ends.
And just so you know, I shuffled the shards as well as the dragon's cards.
All right, so if you did not join us for the teach, we are going to go ahead and discuss our starting artifacts here. And again, during setup, you're given 3, of which you choose 1. So I've chosen reinforcements, and this says I can discard this card to spend all of my materials and score 1 glory point for each one that I discard, up to a maximum of 6.
And again, materials is the brown resource in this game.
Yes. Alternatively, I can spend it as a rune, the pink rune, when going up against the dragon. And it's not going to score me any points at the end of the game, so I might as well use it.
Yeah, okay. So I have the Crown of Loyalty here. This one, the artwork is to be announced again. So this is a prototype copy. Just be aware of that. This will score me 1 point at the end as long as I still have this in my possession. And this is an ongoing ability. Whenever I deploy a building, I spend 1 less material or troop.
Oh.
So that is very nice.
That is so nice.
Yeah.
Oh, and by the way, so sorry, so rude of me. I didn't truly introduce myself. I am Fenrir.
Oh, yes.
The purple player.
Okay, and I am Reagan, the yellow player.
And I believe that is it. Are we ready to begin?
Yes.
Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and take the first turn. I'm starting over here. Now again, on your turn, I can either move and take an action or peek and take an action in any order of my choosing. So then I think I will move. And I'm going to move 2 spaces again. That is the base amount. And after finishing your movement, by the way, you have to make sure your miniature is in the middle of the space.
Yep.
Because that'll determine whether or not you've been hit by the dragon. And as for my action, I'm going to deploy a building. And I think I'm going to start by deploying a wall, since it gives us a discount on these quest tiles.
Yep.
And deploying this wall requires me to spend 2 materials and 1 troop. And we start with 2 of each at the start of the game. Now I have to place this wall adjacent to my miniature. I think I'll just go here. So it'll help protect some of the bastions. And if/when it gets destroyed, it'll allow me to move additional spaces.
Okay.
So then it is to you for your first turn.
Perfect. So I'm going to move. I'm going to go 1, 2. And then I'm going to gather resources as my action. That's one of the 5 actions you can take. So because I'm around troops, materials, and gold treasure, I'm going to get 2 of each. So everything is going to go up to the 4 slot.
Wow, it's
real
nice.
Simple, real easy.
I spent all of mine.
You did.
You gained more.
I gained, yeah.
Okay,
Dragon time.
It's dragon time.
All right.
Dragon's first turn.
First card.
You want to just bring it over here,
there you
just
go.
so it's easier? Okay, thank you. So this is not great. No, actually, it's not bad.
Fine. It's fine.
So from left to right, this symbol means we move the dragon. And so if we have to resolve this effect when there is no bastion that is directly across from the dragon, then the dragon will move 1 space towards the nearest bastion. And in the case of a tie, then the player who is closest to the dragon's lair gets to decide which direction the dragon will move.
So you would technically be the one to make that decision, but there's no destroyed bastion.
Yes, because there is a bastion still directly in front of the dragon, then nothing happens.
Okay.
The next effect here allows us to refill the quest tiles. So if we have any empty cave spaces, then we would refill from the next stack.
Yep.
But because we still have
Very
full
early.
quest tiles, then we move on. This symbol stands for the little marble. So we now have a marble
Small flame in the belly.
in the dragon's belly.
All right, so now they can attack us.
Yes, that's a supply. This is the dragon's belly. So now when the dragon breathes fire, we are definitely going to be
Pulling from there.
Yeah, pulling from there.
All right, so I'm just going to kind of tuck this in the top here so we know that we've done one of their turns so far.
Perfect. So now it's back to me. So real simple, real easy. All right, I would like to peek because I want to know what this is. So I'm just going to secretly look at this tile. Okay, interesting. So I know what's on that tile. I'm going to place one of my eyeballs on it so that I can look at it again if I need to.
Sure.
And as for my action, I am also going to gather resources because I'm kind of in a nice spot here.
Yeah, you are.
I have 2 spaces for materials and 1 with gold treasure.
You're going to get 4 materials and 2 gold treasure.
Yes. So now I'm at 4, 4, and 1. All right.
Okay.
That's it for me. So now it's to you.
So just a key thing to remember, when you peek, you will not be moving on your turn.
Right.
Okay, I'm going to go ahead and peek at this particular one here. So I am adjacent to it. Or it doesn't have to be adjacent. It can be, you can peek from anywhere.
Yes.
Okay, I have peeked at this. Let me go ahead and put my eyeball on so I don't forget that I've been here.
Okay.
And then I think I'm going to build a building. I'm going to construct one of these barricades over here. So this one is going to cost me 2 wood. But because I have this crown of loyalty, whenever you deploy a building, you spend 1 less material, which is wood I'm talking about, or troops. So I'm going to go ahead and place this out here, nice and adjacent, knowing that that flame marble is probably going to be coming down Broadway over here.
Okay.
So it's going to cost me just 1 brown material right there.
Nice.
And then for doing this, I do get an artifact card.
Yes. And again, you'll always have the option of 4. And if you take any of the extremes, then you also gain a resource of your choice.
As nice as it would be to have these ones on the ends for the extra material, I'm going to take this one because it has a rune on it.
Okay.
And it has the rune that we're going to go up against first, which is the farthest left, that kind of S-shaped yellow one. So I'll place that there. This Sigil of the Gods, it's worth 3 points at the end of the game if I have it, but it is one of those ones that activates when you discard. It says discard this card to gain the bonus detailed where your Thunder token is currently located.
And your
So,
Thunder token
where it
is
is
this
here.
track here.
Yeah.
Before we move on to the dragon's turn, by the way, can I just peek at this again?
Sure, yeah, no problem.
I forgot what some of it said. Okay, I see.
Do you have an idea?
I have an idea. All right. Are you done with your turn?
Yeah.
All right. Time for the dragon.
All right, dragon.
Let's see.
Let's see what you're going to do to us. Here you go.
Okay.
So it's move.
Move, so the dragon will not move, but this symbol means strengthen.
Yep.
So whenever the dragon strengthens their heart, we take a shard and place it in the leftmost column that has the least amount of shards. So the next time it happens, it'll be the column after that.
Then this one. Yeah.
Yes, basically. And in the case of a tie, then it just goes to the lowest number.
Right. So they're not attacking yet, but they definitely will be attacking on this one.
So this is my last turn
This is our last
until they attack.
Create some barricades.
Yes, create something. All right, well, I am going to start with my action this time.
Okay.
And seeing as the dragon is about to breathe some fire, I'm going to deploy a barricade.
Nice.
So just what you said. So this costs 2 materials.
2 brown material.
I go from 4 to 2.
Okay.
And I'm going to place this here.
In the most likely spot, right?
Yeah, sorry.
Oh, covering my barricade?
It's right in front of yours.
Wow.
So sorry. Yes, but it's
right.
going to go there. I am also going to gain an artifact card. Ooh, and I'm going to take this one.
Okay.
This is the Orb of Defense. So this says at the beginning of your turn, I can spend 2 gold treasure to deploy one of my destroyed buildings.
Put it back out there.
So if you joined us for the teach, this is what we were referring to when we said that, typically buildings don't come back into play, but some artifact cards allow them to. And because that was from this spot, I'm going to gain a resource of my choice, which will be troops.
Okay.
And this is now going to move over. So we have Elixir of Magic and Elixir of Life. Interesting. Oh, and by the way, the Elixir of Life says you can discard this card to immediately play another turn. Oh,
okay.
That's useful.
Yeah.
Okay, so I did my action.
You're going to try to get hit by the marble?
I mean, I'm in a pretty good spot to get hit.
Yeah, potentially.
Right?
Well, if this might ricochet it, right? If it hits this, it might go some other way. But if you stand in front of it, then you'll be first dibs, most likely to get hit.
Okay,
is what
I'll
I'm
move.
thinking. Right?
I'll move. One, two.
Yeah.
All right. Hit me.
Yeah. The only thing about that is now you're no longer next to one of these lightning bolt symbols, but you can only do so much.
It's fine. I'll just stay there.
Yeah.
So now it is back to you.
Okay, so this is my last one, huh? I need to get in the way.
Yes, last hurrah.
I don't think I'm going to make it there, though, because you can't go diagonal. It's 1, 2.
You need to protect the bastions. Your goal is to not get in the way.
No, my goal is to get hit for
Defend
glory.
the village, Naveen.
Looks like you're doing mighty fine there. All right, I'm going to move. I'll go up 1, 2. We'll hang out there. Oh no, I'll go up just 1, up to 2 spaces. And then I am going to construct a building as my action, and I am going to make one of these embankments. So I'm going to do this one to the far left. So it's going to cost me 1 material and 2 gold treasure. But because I have a discount on building, I don't have a discount on gold, so I have to spend that. 1, 2. So then my discount is going to be on the 1 materials.
Okay.
And then I'm going to place this little thing right here.
Okay.
That's great. Look how defended. We've got a lot of defense going in there.
Yeah, and just for reference, there are 5 slots on the dragon's lair. So they're in the very middle here, which means a marble, hopefully, will
If it somehow just bypasses everything and just
that'd be
takes out
hilarious.
a bastion.
Then the dragon deserves it, I think,
yeah,
at that point.
Yeah. So I don't gain anything immediately, but all my movement now is +1. So I have a total of 3 movement, and if this gets destroyed, then I would gain 2 points immediately.
Let's make sure that this is
centered up.
very center,
Feel free.
because it'll matter for when the dragon's turn is, which is now.
Speaking of which, yeah.
So
let's do it.
We do the card first.
Card first.
And then we'll
Here we
do
go.
the token.
Okay, so that's a move.
So it's
Ooh.
another move. So they don't move, but they do strengthen.
It's
so
the exact same thing that we just saw
Yes.
on the previous turn. So this is going to go here because it's the furthest left.
yes.
So
And
now-
notice that shards come in face down.
They
So
do.
we don't actually know what's on the opposite side of the shards
We don't.
until we attempt to attack the dragon.
All right, so now we are in the 3rd slot, so we are going to resolve this token that sits
Yes.
here. So we are going to add 1 small, that's what that symbol is, 1
Mm-hmm.
small to its belly. So we know we are about to get pelted by 2 of these,
Yes.
one after another.
And by the way, in higher player counts, you'll have another one of those action tokens on the 5th slot. But because we were playing a 2-player game, then we're only placing it on the 3rd.
All right, so this symbol right here means they're attacking.
Okay.
So time.
Naveen is going to be the dragon
I will represent dragon
breather
dropping.
for the game, just because it's
Small
on your
marble,
side.
that's all they have.
And when
Yep.
the dragon breathes fire, you don't toss it in. You just place it at the top and let gravity do its
Yes,
work. So
yes.
there is a bit
You
of
don't-
physics that you'll need to manage,
Yeah.
when setting up the game.
Yeah, you want to, you don't want to make it harder for yourself. So here we go.
Oh.
Oh, Well, okay, so we didn't talk about this in the teach.
All right. So a few things happen. Each
Yeah.
time you drop a marble in
Wow.
there, you're going to see if anything gets hit or destroyed. So basically, if any hero miniature or any buildings, even so much as touches the inside or the line that's on the next space,
The separating line.
then they're considered to be destroyed or hit. In the case of buildings, they get removed from the game. So I believe it was just my building.
Yeah. Is my yellow building okay?
Yep, yours is like pretty much in the very center.
All right.
And any buildings that get destroyed, of course, you get the destroyed bonus.
So what do you get? You get
So
to peek.
I get to peek one thing. I'm
Yeah.
just gonna peek at this, right?
Yeah,
Might
sure.
as well.
Might as well.
Oh, interesting. Okay, so I've looked at that. In addition, and by the way, quest tiles, if they're hit, nothing happens. You just
Gonna
put them
square
back.
'em off, yeah.
In addition, any hero miniatures that have either been moved so that they touch at least the side or have been toppled, they're considered hit and they would gain a glory. But you do not stand them up until after all of the marbles have been placed. Now, because our marble hit a bastion and knocked it over, then this bastion is destroyed.
Ouch.
So we are one fewer. I accidentally
There
tap
you go.
that.
Perfect.
If it didn't get toppled over, or if it's still generally in its space, then it just stays there. It doesn't get destroyed. But if it's been moved significantly, basically,
So
then it's out.
they're 1/5 of the way to their goal.
Yes, and we want to really protect. I guess we actually want the marble to go down this way. Because it doesn't destroy a bastion, but
Yeah.
it does land in these village spaces here,
does, yeah.
which you have to resolve.
go
So this landed in here,
strengthen.
which means they strengthen. We add another shard to the dragon board. It's fine.
Well, there you go.
It's fine. It's still early.
All right.
And after resolving the effect, then the marble just goes back to
Yeah.
the supply. And we do have another marble here.
I think
So
was that ricochet where you were standing. So like it did ricochet and then went that way.
probably because of your embankment.
I did tell you to move this way. That's
You
pretty
did.
good. All
It's
right.
true.
Second fireball coming.
Hit me.
Ooh,
Okay.
that is protection.
Oh, it's protected.
Wow.
And I think that's the only thing it hit,
Yeah,
right?
that was pretty good.
Wow, these barricades are really nice.
They're gone, though.
because they, huh?
They're
yeah,
gone,
they're
though.
gone. They're gone. But I can redeploy mine for
I can't.
the low price of 2 gold
So
coins.
that was mine. So
That was yours.
I get to peek now.
Yeah.
So
You get to peek.
I mean, I am kind of close to this, Monique. So I'm gonna want to know what you know.
Okay.
Plus, it's one of the
fine.
runes that are coming up. You know?
Yeah, we're helping each other defeat
Yeah.
the dragon. You just want to make sure you gain your own glory points.
Okay. I see.
You see?
I see. Yeah. So we're gonna put that there, and then I'll put my eyeball in it. So
So nobody got hit, huh?
nobody got hit.
By the way, if ever you were hit strong enough, because we do have the larger marbles, and I believe they are still
working
balancing the
Yeah.
marble weights, I suppose. But if ever we are hit strong enough to land us in like a different space entirely, then you would just pick up from where you end up, because that's what would happen. And that's it, right?
Yep.
All right. So then it goes back to me, and it might be strange, but I think I'm going to move one space backwards. So
Not strange at all.
I'm just going to be standing right there.
Okay.
But I'm going to pray to the gods.
Ooh,
so I am
okay.
now adjacent to the single lightning bolt, which means I move my thunder marker. Maybe it's thunder. Thunder
Yeah.
lightning. I move my thunder marker one space.
You are.
And I get to take an artifact card.
Okay. What do you want?
So, seeing as I already have the pink R rune,
Okay.
oh, but they gave me a resource. So what's this? This is the ancestral sword.
It looks good.
Whenever your hero ends their movement in a space with a quest, you may pay 1 gold treasure to immediately undertake it.
Oh.
That's kind of nice.
There you go.
I'm just
You're
okay.
on. That's like the most.
I'll take it. I'll do it.
Yeah, do it.
The ancestral sword.
And you get a resource of your choice,
I
which could be the
do.
gold that you want.
Well, I have
You have a lot of gold.
a lot of gold. I'm gonna take some.
I will say
troops.
gold is going to be very important because
is.
they are very strong. So I'm thinking we're going to have to do a single rune and spend a bunch of
Alright.
gold.
You've convinced me.
Yeah.
Naveen. All right.
I know.
Okay. So then this is gonna get refilled.
And the reason why I say that, Monique, is because
Yes.
two of your cards have a gold requirements on them also.
That's true.
Yeah.
Oh, at the beginning of my turn, I could have spent 2 to deploy this.
You can, yeah.
Do you care?
I don't
if
mind.
I do it at the beginning of my turn?
I don't mind.
Okay, so 1,
So now you're down 2. Yeah.
2.
Yeah, that works.
So now I'm back down. So it was really imperative that I take the gold there. So this should have been done at the beginning of my turn because of my Orb of Defense. I spent 2 gold to deploy one of my destroyed buildings. And I was here.
You were there.
I was here. So it has to be adjacent to this spot.
Yep.
So I guess that's
It's been
that's
going
pretty
that
good.
direction, yeah.
Let's just save the village.
And you're
right?
now preventing me from getting 2-point benefit. Okay.
Yeah. That's true.
But save the village, you know? Maybe you can catch it like mine did.
That's the goal.
Yeah. Okay, I think my turn is going to look kind of similar to yours. Well, maybe a little different, actually. I am going to pray to the gods because I am next to this. So I'm going to move this token up 1 space. And then I'm going to take this one that's on the left. So this one comes with a rune. It's worth 2 points at the end of the game if I don't use it. And it's the Helmet of Boldness. Discard this card to secretly look at one of the shards on the rune slot. Then either put it back or place it on a different slot below the rune that has not yet been defeated. So I can basically take a look at this and be like, ooh, that's bad. I'm going to move it somewhere way further away. So I'm going to keep that, and I'll just put it right down here. So now I have 3 of these. And then I'm going to go ahead and move. Even though I have up to 3 movement, I am just going to move over 1 spot here.
Oh.
I'm going to sit on top of that. So I'm just going to move my eyeball so I'm a little bit more straight. There we go.
Nice. So now it moves to the dragon's 4th turn.
Dragon, what are you doing?
At the end of the next turn, we are going to score this. And again, that's for whoever is furthest up on this board. So you may want to keep that in mind.
Yeah, what does it say?
The reward is build one of your destroyed buildings for free on any empty space on the board. Okay. So we need a large marble.
All right. Large marble.
And this is refilling of quests, which doesn't happen.
Not the case
all
right
the
now.
spaces. We're not going on quests right now.
So we know that this is going to be an attack because they have not attacked yet via the cards. They only attack through that. So we just got lucky with that draw.
That is true.
So, okay.
And there is one card in here that is specific to a 2-player game.
Right.
So in higher player counts, you'll also see the symbol that requires you to move up on the Flames track. You're not going to see that on our cards. All right. So now that it is back to me, I am going to attempt this quest.
Okay.
I'm going to undertake the quest.
Sure.
So I think I already know.
You know what it is?
I think I remember what it is. Let me just take a look at it real quick. Okay, yes. Because again, you can undertake a quest and not actually be successful.
Sure.
In which case you wouldn't reveal it. You would just gain the 2 gold and move backwards to the village. But I am going to complete this quest. So this quest requires me to spend 3 troops. But the epic quest requires me to have 3 artifact cards, which I had to wait and try to acquire before completing this. Since I was successful in the epic quest, I get a 2 resource discount on that.
So instead of 3, you spend only 1.
I only spend only 1, but I've also built a wall.
Oh, yeah.
So it is free.
Cumulative, yeah.
So I'm going to gain this token because it's an easy quest. I gain 1 glory.
Okay.
Just 1.
Just 1.
And because I completed the epic quest, I get to pray to the gods at the strength of 1. So I am going to move 1 space.
Okay.
I'm going to gain a material for doing so.
There's a small little material symbol between the spaces that you just moved.
Yes. And this space allows me to move the Flames tracker either up 1 space or down a space. And I gain 3 glory. So I'm going to move it back 1.
Yeah, that's good.
Because I have no interest in becoming the dragon rider right now.
Sure.
And now I have a yellow rune.
Okay.
But I better vacate this spot before they refill the quests or else I'll lose the glory.
Sure.
But I'm not done because I can either peek or move, and I'm just going to move, seeing that we want to be as close as possible to the lair. So I'm going to move 1, 2.
Okay.
And that's it, because I only have movement of 2.
So if we were to tie for this, it would be the person who has the least amount of glory, which would be me.
Right. That is true. Are you? Oh, you do have 3
I do
movement,
have 3
huh?
movements. So
Okay.
Action I'm going to do is I'm going to attempt this quest, and I think I remember it off the top of my head. So this one here says that I need to spend 2 troops and 1 material. Or I can do the epic portion, which is have 2 runes in possession. So I have 1 on this card and then 1 on that one. So I had to get specific cards that had runes on it. I didn't start with 1. Yeah.
Okay.
So I get a 2 discount here total. So I am going to just spend only 1 troop total.
Okay.
So I'm going to get 1 material discount and then 1 troop discount. So I only spend 1 troop.
Nice.
Get down to 3. And then now this will be in my possession. And then immediately I get to peek at 2 face down quests.
Sorry, I gave you a glory already.
You gave me the glory for having one of these. Thank you. All right.
So which ones would you like to peek at?
Well, I mean, the end symbol, these blue end symbols are it's one of the last ones we're going to attack. So I'm going to definitely want to peek at this one here.
Okay.
Okay. Okay. All right. So very good. And then
like the sound of that.
I've already peeked at this one, so I'm just going to go ahead and peek at this one over here. All right, let's just take a look.
Interesting.
Yeah. Okay, very good. I understand.
Nice.
So I'll put that there.
And you are not limited to the 3 eye tokens, by the
Yeah.
way. If ever you need to peek at an additional one, Naveen could remove one of his eye tokens from one of the ones on the board.
Yeah. And knowing that I will break tiebreakers here, so I'm just going to go ahead and just storm ahead 1, 2, and then 3 because I do have my embankment.
You know
giving me an
what?
extra one.
I'm happy
Are you
about
content?
that. I'm glad, actually, because I would waste this benefit.
You would.
Build any of your destroyed buildings. I've already built the one that I
already there,
previously
yeah.
destroyed. And, at the end of the day, we are trying to save the village.
Sure.
So, done?
Done.
All right, here we go. Dragons.
Okay, I'm pretty sure we set this up correctly because they are going to attack us. Yes. Okay.
So
if this card was not in here, we would have made a mistake. So we are going to add a small marble. So that's there. And then this next symbol is the attack.
Yes.
So they are going to attack us right now.
Ah, here we go.
There we go. Should we go big or small first?
You always have to go small first.
That's right.
So
okay.
the big ones will always go later.
Good call. Okay, small one coming in.
Please.
I kind of want you to get hit by it, and then the big one get taken out by this.
Okay. I'm okay with that.
I have no control.
Okay, just let go.
Oh.
Wow.
Oh, okay.
It hit no one.
It hit
But that's
nothing.
fine. You know what? Because it didn't destroy a bastion. That was what I was going to say next.
Yeah,
Actually, I think, did it hit this?
it did hit that. It ricocheted
Okay.
just slightly.
That's fine.
Something does happen here, though.
This
It's bad.
this means you have to add a big one.
A big one.
So.
Ooh, here's a problem.
Okay, that was kind of a
Well,
problem.
there you go. So
Well, there's
small one's out.
Yeah.
Big one's in. So, are you ready?
Please, I don't think the barricades could save the big ones. Okay.
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 Okay. Well. Okay.
Oh,
That's fine.
that's fine.
Wow.
Okay.
So we got some movement here.
We got some movement.
Yeah. So let's just square off the quest. No,
Yeah.
no problem there.
I got hit.
Yep.
So this barricade goes out, and I returned this barricade to the board via an ability.
Right.
I'm just not going to take any of the benefits for that because
Yeah.
I believe these are for the first 3. But again, the rules are a work in progress. So if this is clarified or changes in the future, keep this in mind.
And unfortunately, my embankment got taken out, and
Yes.
the benefit when you destroy that is 2 victory points. Good thing
2
I'm
glory.
still behind. Glory, yes.
Yeah, you are still behind, or
think
else
I'm
that
still
would have been a
behind.
problem for you.
Yeah.
Now, as for the bastions, had any of them toppled over, or if none of it is touching the original space in general? We tried to position them in front of these columns.
Yep.
But if either of those occur, then the bastion would be destroyed. But because
That's not the case.
that's not the case, they stay in the space, in the position that they are in.
Yeah.
So we don't adjust them.
Let's get a big ricochet and just hit me right here.
Let's just let it go through here. I just
don't want it to land in any of
Smooth.
those holes.
clean.
Well, I guess you could land in some of them. All right.
Yeah, some of
Good
them are
luck
okay.
to the squad.
Oh, wow. That was really bad.
I blame you.
Naveen, that was
You-
really bad.
I mean, it ricocheted off you.
Wow, incredible. Okay,
Wow.
so this means that we add
They
another
get
shard.
stronger.
Wow, this is a really strong dragon that we're up against.
Yeah.
This was actually really shocking.
I've never-
previous plays.
We never had it
we've
take
never-
out 2 in 1.
Right, especially this early. So,
Yeah.
well,
Sometimes we get in our own way.
I did get hit this
Pretty-
time.
yeah,
I'm
pretty
in
bad.
another space entirely.
Yeah.
So I gain a glory. And you actually don't reposition the heroes until after all of the marbles have been,
So that's the case
have
now.
been dropped. So
Yeah.
that is the case now. And I
you're
will
in that
stay
space.
in my new space, just in the very center.
Wow.
Okay.
Okay, we need to find a card. Oh, we never brought over a card
Oh,
there.
yes.
Yep.
You're right. So we always need
Some
to refill
cards
that.
do allow you to reestablish
Oh, wait, no,
bastions.
sorry, you're at 8.
So
Okay. So then, now that was the dragon's 5th turn, we are going to score this.
Yes.
So Naveen, you are definitely closer now. It's not even a tie anymore.
Yeah.
So you get to build one of your destroyed buildings for free on any empty space on the
Any
board.
empty space on the board? Okay, what has this dragon been doing?
So definitely a
I mean,
barricade,
just
right?
boom, like right there. Just
Oh, you're just gonna catch it?
I don't know.
That's interesting. It's
What
an
do you
interesting
think?
decision. I mean, the other thing is it's not. This space is not perfectly square up
Yeah.
with the dragon.
I could do this.
Because it's six
I could do this.
spaces and only 5
What do you think
dragon
about that?
spaces.
It's just gonna roll over it.
Do you think?
though.
Yeah, I don't think that's going to prevent. But
I mean,
maybe
the
it'll just.
The dragon's gonna move though. That's my concern. 'cause
This is
now
risky,
now the
because
dragon will move.
If it moves the marble that way,
The thing is, the dragon actually does not move because there is this bastion.
Yeah,
in
yeah,
straight
yeah.
line.
The dragon doesn't move. Just put the barricade down, but put it like here.
A little further back.
Yeah, a little further
A
back.
little catchy.
A little catchy.
All right, let's do this just in case it does end up moving.
Okay.
All right, I will put that one out. Wow.
And I don't get anything, by the way, because I'm last. So we're now going to reshuffle
Yeah, reshuffle, and then we'll see a new tile.
the dragon's
over there
5
as well.
cards. All right, and now we are fully set up for the next cycle. So at the end of the 5th turn, the first player here now gets to move 5 spaces. So that's the reward for that. So then it's back to me. And ooh, I could do this again. I could spend the gold. Gosh, I don't have that much gold left, but I guess I'll do it. So I'm going to spend 2.
2.
And now I'm going to
gonna
deploy this. You
rebuild?
want me to just do that?
Yeah.
Just like
You gotta
Really-
This is semi-co-op. But
really try to catch
This is like
this.
full-on co-op right now. I think
Well,
I think you're not in the
desperate
dead
times,
center. You
I
get a
mean.
little more dead center. Here.
Right?
There we go. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, we are pretty desperate right now.
All right, I'm going to move. So 1, 2. I don't
Okay.
have that sweet 3 movement that Naveen has.
No.
And for my action, I'm going to pray to the gods because I'm next to the 2
So up
lightning.
to 2 spaces.
I'm going to move the full 2.
Okay.
So 1, 2, that gains me a troop,
Yeah.
and I can score points. So I gain 1 glory for each artifact card I have. So it's going to be 3. So
To 13.
I'm at 13. I'm really close to being able to become the dragon rider.
Yeah, don't do that.
We haven't even defeated 1 heart chamber.
I know.
Oh my
It's bad,
gosh.
It's bad.
All right, that's me.
All right, I think I'll just take an action. I'm gonna collect. Well, let me see if I remember what this was because this is my eyeball here.
You know what it is? Maybe we're taking too long. We need to get to the dragon faster.
That's the goal.
I should have built my embankment and
Yeah.
just pushed forward.
Okay. All right. I see. So I am actually going to move on to this.
Okay.
So I'm gonna
So
go
you're
1,
moving.
and then I am going to
You're gonna undertake it?
yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Okay. Do you know for sure you're gonna be able to accomplish it?
I think so.
Then-
this one says have 3 troops, or if I want to do it epic style, have 3 artifact cards, which I do. 1, 2, 3. So I get a 2 discount on that. So it's
Okay,
only going to
so
cost
spend
me 1 troop
1,
instead of
okay.
3. So, well, there you go. I get another one of these. So
You gain
I'm-
1
I'm-
glory.
I'm ready to fight this thing.
Well,
I just-
your reward is
yeah,
movement.
The reward is 2 movement. So I'm just going to go 1, 2.
That's great.
We're just going to move.
Okay.
All right, dragon, new shuffle. What do we got? We have
Don't breathe fire yet.
no. They're
Okay.
gonna move, but they
Move?
don't move.
Because one of the
Bastions is still hanging on.
standing ones.
I kind of
is
like
in the
it,
middle.
like diagonal like that. That's pretty
Yeah, I
good.
feel like that is good for it
Yeah,
too.
you don't have to get square hit.
But they do
Oh, man,
strengthen.
They are.
So now the blue column has
yeah,
a shard.
how many runes are you hanging on to right now, Monique? You have what? 2
I have 2
runes.
runes.
Oh, you need to get some gold.
I
You
do.
keep spending your gold.
I keep spending my gold.
Yeah,
That's
we
true.
need
Because
that
I'm trying
gold.
to build the barricade.
That's true. You are doing that. Are you gonna attempt that quest?
I haven't seen
you're,
it.
You're there. But if you fail, you get gold, which is the gold we're talking about.
That's true. But if I take gold by raiding the quest, then I would have to move 2 spaces back. And
Also true.
that's really unfortunate. So I think I'm going to gather
I will
resources.
say 2 spaces back. If you get forced here, is you'll be next to 2, 2, 2. for
I know,
all the
but I
resources.
really want to get up to the dragon's lair already. I have this yellow one.
Yeah.
Okay, I am going to gather resources. I might as well.
So you're gonna get 2
I'm just
gold.
going to get 2 gold. And then I'm going to move. So
Okay.
1, 2.
Very good.
That's it.
Okay, I'm gonna move. I'm
Mm-hmm.
gonna go. So I have up to 3 movements. I'm gonna go 1, 2, 3, and then
Mm.
I am going to construct a building, and I'm gonna construct our very first watchtower down here. So
Nice.
this one cost 2 troops, but because of that ongoing card that I have,
Mm-hmm.
it's only gonna cost me 1 troop. So there goes that. This one's gonna go out, and I'm gonna place it right back here. And let's just have it as broad as possible, right in the
Nice.
center. Okay. So again, these whenever you take a collect resources or gather resources,
Yeah.
these will get you 1 for every one that it's next to. So it's next to this materials, gold, and then this is also
It's a nice
troops here.
spot.
So that's a good little spot right there.
And the space that it's on if you built it on a
And the
hinted
space, yeah, correct.
space.
Okay, so and then the benefit I get here is gaining 1 glory for doing such a thing.
You
me.
did such a thing.
So I moved and I built. That was me. All right, dragon time. Dragon time.
Here we
What do
go.
we got?
Small marble,
Small marble.
which the dragon will breathe.
Okay, which they're gonna breathe. So,
So-
small marble into the
Into
the belly, and then now we have an attack. That's
This is great
this
because
is good. We have a nice little barrier
we
here
have a great barrier.
for the kingdom. you
Yeah,
know,
for the village.
for the village.
It would be nice if it just caught it.
Oh my gosh! Oh, don't you land? Oh,
Don't you land?
come on.
Strengthen. Strengthen the
Yeah,
dragon.
they're getting a little stronger.
Oh, that
That's
is a
exactly-
strong dragon this time.
Very strong.
And then this goes out. But fortunately, they don't have to,
Fight
breathe again.
So
These two are
I think,
destroyed.
is that one destroyed?
This one?
I mean, I want to cheat it
It's
a
like
little. Stop
touching.
the cameras.
No, it's
Yeah,
definitely on the
okay.
shot. Yeah, no, it's
All right.
definitely destroyed.
Destroyed.
Naveen.
I know.
You're admitting out loud. All right, that is it for the dragon. They're going to breathe fire again
they
the next
are.
turn, but fortunately,
We
they
can-
won't again for the next 2 turns
Yeah,
after
for
that.
a little while after.
Okay.
Okay.
All right, I am going to deploy a building, and I'm not going to be doing this now. I need to get my
Other
buildings
things
actually
going.
out.
Yeah.
So I'm going to deploy my small embankment.
Okay.
It's going to cost me 1 material,
2 gold.
2 gold treasure.
Okay.
And what do you think, Naveen? It has to be adjacent to where I am.
I mean, it's
Should I
gonna
do
shoot
this?
here. It's there. So then it gets the double touch, like here and potentially this.
I guess so.
who
I mean,
knows?
it's not as sturdy as the wooden pieces, but
Yeah.
and at least I get to move 3 spaces now.
Oh yeah.
So I did my action.
You can move now.
I guess I might as well move. Oh, am I ready?
No, are you? No, you don't have no gold.
That's fine.
Yeah.
I'm gonna do it. 1, 2, 3.
Okay, that's a good spot.
Yeah. So
So you could
That-
I'll square you off, knowing that they might hit you.
I-
That's pretty good, because then if you take a resource action, you'll get the 1, 2, 3, 4 like that.
yeah. Okay. Yeah, I'll do it.
Okay. Oh man, so I want gold also when I can run up on them.
Mm-hmm.
So I think I'm gonna take a gather resource action right now. So
Okay.
I'm gonna get 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 1, 2. So
Yeah. 2 gold, 2 material.
and then 1 of each.
Yeah, because of your
Material,
watchtower.
gold, and then the troops. So troop, material, and gold. I need 1 more gold.
Yes.
Badly.
By the way, even though my embankment is built on this space, it never prevents
Doesn't
you from
block it.
gaining
Yeah.
the resources.
So that was that, and then I'm just gonna move up 1, 2.
Oh, right in front of it.
Right in front of it. I don't think it's
Nice.
gonna hit me though. I'm like looking at that ramp right there. But at least I'm next to more materials just in case I need to retool.
Yeah, that's true.
Okay.
Okay,
so,
here we go.
Here we go. Let's see what they got.
So card first.
Okay, so it's move.
They don't move.
They don't move.
Refill quests. So
Yes, we do have
you
that.
always refill. Because we're done with
Close
the
to
easy
the layer.
stack,
Yep.
we're going to go to the medium stack. The medium stack is more difficult, as you can probably gather, but they also have multiple runes. But when turning them in, you can only turn them in to represent one of them.
yeah.
Just more options for runes. And when you refill, we always have to refill from the layer down.
Down, yep.
So, and it's going to be in all of these cave spaces.
It is. Good thing we're not standing on them.
Good thing.
You lose the glory if that's the case, if you were standing on it.
Right.
Okay.
Okay.
So that's that. And then now we add a
Small
one.
marble.
Small marble.
So
And
a
that's the
little like
one-
acid reflux. Not quite.
I don't know.
Not quite the
I
fire.
don't think we can make that joke. They're
Well,
killing us.
we
right
have
now.
another one
Yeah,
that we have
another
to add
one's fine. Yeah.
because we're now resolving the tile.
So tile. So we have 2 smalls, and they're coming at us.
So they must breathe.
They must breathe.
Fortunately, they're small.
Provide me with glory.
Okay, lightly. Just let gravity. Oh,
Wow. Oh. That's too bad.
that's too bad.
That's too bad.
We're
Why
on the
don't we-
last one.
Yeah.
Okay, so we have to add a big.
The big
marble.
one comes in. Yikes.
Yikes. Okay, the thing that's good is.
Are you looking on the bright side?
I'm looking the bright side. The dragon is not going to move.
They're not going to
so
move for a little
they're-
while.
Unless they ricochet off of me and hit that bastion, that would be pretty
Oh.
bad luck. Huh? Oh,
We have
yes.
a destruction.
My
That's 2
embankment.
victory points for you.
Yes, this is 2 glory for destroying my embankment.
look at
I don't
you.
know if that helped or hurt us,
You can turn into a dragon.
but either way, okay, we have more marbles.
All right. We have the small one coming in.
Okay.
Don't you dare.
Nice.
Don't you dare. You stay right there. You stay right there.
Wow.
Perfect.
Now that's some good physics. Okay, so this is gonna just go back. Did it hit anybody?
Nah.
No, right?
Nah.
Okay. So this goes
get that
out.
outta
That
here.
didn't even stay.
Now the big ball.
Where was this?
Um.
Was it? Oh, it was
might have
probably
been
on
the
the
one I
previous.
satisfied, yeah.
The previous quest tile. Okay.
Well,
All right. So
I would
Naveen,
love to showcase
gently.
fighting this thing. So, okay.
Don't
Super gentle.
just gently.
Careful now.
Okay.
What is that?
Strengthen.
Strengthen.
Yeah, just add another shard.
Why not? What's another one?
I mean,
There we go.
I guess that it does make sense.
Yeah, yeah.
Well, I cannot believe we are avoiding getting hit by these marbles.
Yeah.
It's just our buildings.
Yeah.
Um,
Don't worry about those. Yeah, that's
the thing that's unfortunate is we do have a ticking time bomb because this bastion is so far to the edge. They're basically going to move until they get there, and then they're just going to park there for the rest of the game.
But
and
you have this
the
beautiful
chances are-
wall that you had foresight.
Yeah, that's true. We just need to keep building things here, and then maybe we can just protect that final bastion.
Maybe.
All right.
All right, go ahead.
I am going to gather resources. So again, 2 material, 2 gold. So there's 2, and now I have 3 gold. And then instead of moving, since I won't be able to attack the dragon this turn anyway, I'm just going to peek. I'm going to peek at this.
wanna
It's been a
know?
while since I've seen some insider information. Oh, okay. That's interesting. Interesting. Okay, so I'm going to place my eye on it,
Okay.
and that's it.
Well, here I am. Here we are.
You're contemplating your life's
My
choices.
problem with this is a 3-point victory card at the end of the game, but it's the rune that I would
But when you
spend.
turn it in, you get 3 points.
I know.
It's 3
but
points
that means I
either
don't get
way.
the benefit. But okay.
Yeah.
That's okay. So we are going to attack first.
Okay.
So we're going to start off by attacking. We are here. We are in their dragon lair. We are in this final column here.
Yes.
And so now I'm going to reveal all the shards, correct?
on the leftmost,
leftmost.
Undefeated chamber.
Okay.
So
That's a one that we didn't show in the teach. Oh.
okay.
Monique.
So anytime you see these symbols, that
No.
means you need to turn in an additional rune of the color at the top of the column, which in
Of
this
its
case is the
variety.
yellow sun symbol rune, which means Naveen needs to turn in 3 of those yellow
It's a shame
yellow
that I only have
runes.
5 gold because 6 gold would help me, would let me clear it out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're 1 short.
So I'm going to spend this one to represent the yellow.
Okay.
So that'll be, this one goes out and I get 3 points for that.
Yes, you do.
That's
1, 2, 3.
All right, this goes out.
Yes, that's discarded. We're just going to discard it off screen.
Yep. And then I can spend gold, so I will. So 5 down to 2
Okay.
to go ahead and get rid of this one here to
Nice.
represent that other one.
And that
Another
just
3
goes
points.
into the discard. So you
Okay, I
are
can
now at
become a
16.
dragon.
You can become the dragon rider.
Yeah.
So if Naveen wanted to betray us all, he could, instead of taking that action, become the dragon rider.
I could.
And he would now be on the dragon's team.
Debating it, but I think for glory, we're gonna keep going.
So keep in mind the only rule when spending gold is you can't just spend gold for all of the rune symbols. You have to turn in at least 1 artifact or quest tile.
Right.
And since Naveen was not able to completely defeat the entire chamber, you have to retreat
Right.
to a space adjacent to this first lightning.
Ah, that's true. Okay, I will move myself back all the way back here.
Okay.
Okay, and then now I can still take my move action. Now, I want to get back in the fight, so I'm gonna move with 1, 2, 3, just straight up,
Okay.
just like that.
And that is it. So dragon's turn.
Yeah, dragon's turn.
We almost defeated one chamber.
There we go.
Okay.
Oh, got the big one.
Large
coming in.
marble
Okay.
and refill quest tiles.
is
I
not
don't
the
think we
case.
have any empty spaces.
Very simple.
So
Back to you.
that's that.
Okay.
All right. It is back to me. And I think I have what I need to.
Please do it.
Yeah. I'm just going to go 1. And now I'm going to attack the dragon. And I'm just going to do the first chamber. It's just the yellow S rune.
Yep.
And I'm going
You did
to
it.
turn in my quest tile for
Bang.
that. There you go. So now
Perfect.
I move up 3 points
You do.
to 18. That column can never be added to. So it's just going to be these last 4 chambers. And now we definitely need the red one.
I have the red one here.
Oh, you do?
I have one
Okay.
of them.
I have the pink one, so I could do the next column. if
It's
I
just
acquire
3
more
of them
stuff.
on there, and so I need some gold.
Well,
like,
at
pretty
this
badly.
point, I can decide to continue attacking the dragon if I'd like, or I can withdraw. And in that case, I get to choose which of the 3 lightning
Layers,
bolts.
yeah.
So I'm just going to choose this one, and I'll
Close-ish.
position myself right there because I'm sort of in the middle of these.
Yeah, you can get
resource areas.
double the materials.
Yeah.
So it's 4 materials and then 2 troops if you were to collect resources.
And that's it for me. So now it's to you.
All right, I'm going to do this quest. So I'm going to take my move action,
Mm-hmm.
get on top, and then I'm going to do the quest that is below it. So hopefully it doesn't refill. It probably will. But my eyeball comes back to me, and then I'm able to do this epically. So I'm going
okay.
to spend 2 gold. Doesn't feel very good. Okay, it doesn't feel very good, but I'm going to spend it. 1,
Okay.
2, like that. So instead of, I get a 2 discount
Yeah.
on this. So instead of 3 troops, it's going to be just 1.
Mm-hmm.
And then the benefit is I get to take a gather resources action. And so I get to gather 1 type of what I'm next to. So I'm going to take troops since I have a lot of materials. So I'm going to
Okay.
get 1, 2. And then as part of this gather, I'm going to get 1, 1, and 1. So 1 of everything.
I think it's just 1 type, right? If you chose troops.
Oh, I see.
So I'm assuming that it would be the 2 troops for that, and then the 1 for your watchtower because it
Maybe.
is the gather action.
Yeah. I got a lot of runes. None of them are, well, only one of them is that first one. So
Yeah.
it's kind of a gamble. But there are some blanks out there.
Yeah,
We
that's true.
We didn't see any blanks so far. And I have to remember I get a victory point for
yes.
satisfying that quest.
Your glory.
There we go, my glory.
Okay.
All right.
You already
card.
did you move? You moved?
I moved and then did the
it?
quest.
Okay.
Yeah, because I got pushed back here.
I see.
All right, what do we got here? They are going to move.
Okay.
So this is the first time we're going to depict this. So they are going to move towards a bastion.
And the reason why is because there is no bastion directly in front of them anymore.
Right.
But they only move one space.
They move one space. So we have these little slots right here, and then it's just going to lock right in there.
Yes.
Okay.
But again, this is a prototype, so I don't know if this is what it's going to look
We
like
know nothing.
in the
But
retail.
moved, strengthen. So another one comes out, and then it's going to go to this number 8 here because this column is completely done. Very nice.
All right.
Okay, so that's all 5. We are going to be assessing that.
So I am now first.
Yeah.
And it allows me to.
Move up to 5 spaces.
Oh, okay.
Are you going to run up on them, or are you going to get into a position that...
Well, I don't have red. Let me just peek at this really quick.
Okay.
Because.
You should
let's
know.
see. Okay. So I get to move 5 spaces, you said?
Yeah.
I'm just going to move on top of that.
Oh, okay.
Because the dragon isn't breathing fire right now, right?
Unless we pull the card on the next draw. because
But
we have to
I'll take
shuffle
my
it.
turn first.
You will take your turn first.
Okay. So that is it.
Okay.
That is the end of
So
that. We're going to
this
go ahead and
token
reshuffle.
will go away.
All right, we are fully reshuffled, and the next reward here says you can undertake any of the quests on the board.
Okay, so you don't have to be on it.
Yes. All right, so it's back to me, and
Start it
I've
off.
seen the contents of this quest, and so I'm going to undertake
You can
it.
do it? Okay.
Yeah, before it becomes not true.
Sure.
So
Oh, okay.
this quest says I have to turn in 2 troops and a material.
Okay.
But the epic quest says I just have to have the most gold
you
on the
did,
table.
yeah.
So you have 0, which is why I was like, I need to do this now. That gives me a 2 resource discount. I've also built a wall.
So
It's
triple
free.
discount, yeah.
I'm going to gain 1 glory.
I should probably build a wall.
Yeah, you probably should.
I should probably do that.
Even
yeah.
though my wall is a little bit
No, it's
useless.
no, it's not. Look at it.
Yeah, well, I
Yeah.
guess it'll be
Yeah.
a hero now. And my reward here says I get to
Take the
pray
action, yeah.
for 1. So I gain an artifact card.
The only one that has a rune is that far right. We
But
do need
it's
that.
pink.
That's okay. Pink is coming up.
It is. Yeah, I guess I'll do it.
Yeah.
So
And you
this
get a
is
material.
the elixir of magic.
Take a gold.
I'm gonna gain a gold.
Yeah, yeah. We need gold.
I don't think I have been doing any of this.
No.
Oh well, that's okay. So that's me. Oh, this is a blue.
That's a blue one, yeah.
dragon's orb.
All right.
Back to you.
Okay, I'm gonna start off by moving. We're gonna go 1, 2, 3. I want to get a little closer to this potential marble. It's gonna hit. I'm gonna be dead center.
Okay.
And I'm next to this line, so I'm gonna go ahead and pray.
Okay.
I can pray up to 3, but I think I might just go and pray just 1. So I'm gonna
okay.
move over here, and then I'm gonna get myself a material, and then I'm gonna selfishly go for 3 glory.
You're gonna go for 3 glory.
3 glory, please.
Oh, you're
So,
gonna do this?
Yeah.
Oh,
So
that's unfortunate.
yeah.
So you're at 20.
Yeah.
So if you were to become the dragon rider now, then you would be able to have
Get
3
3
cards in your
cards.
hand.
Yeah.
That determines your hand size essentially.
Yeah, I'm not saying that I kind of don't want to abandon this and become the dragon.
Oh, okay.
So, but
That's
I feel like
nice.
there's enough gap to get there, and then somebody else can do this again.
Okay.
Yeah.
But just so you know, if someone were to become the dragon rider, this is probably close to an ideal time, especially for Naveen, because there's only 1 bastion left. Chances are high that the dragon will burn it down.
Maybe, yeah.
But not saying that either of us should do this. Are you done?
I'm done.
All right. Dragon's turn.
Dragon,
Here we go.
what do you do?
They
Oh,
are
they
going
move.
to move.
They move and strengthen.
So they move
Dun.
and they become stronger. So now they're at the very edge there. We are now going to be skipping all move actions because
Hey.
they're in front of the bastion
Just
now.
strengthen them also, huh?
Yes. So now this is going to go to the
This one.
9.
Yeah.
Okay.
Wow.
Not good. So then it's back to me, and I'm going to deploy another building. I think I'll do another wall. So that's 2 materials and 1 troop.
So that's a double now discount on.
Yes, on quests.
Ooh, you gotta put it
Since the
there.
quests are harder now anyway.
Okay.
Because I'm going to move.
Okay.
I'm going to go 1, 2.
Okay.
And I don't know, right?
Mm-hmm.
Why?
No, that's fine.
Isn't
No,
that-
There's literally nothing. I'm not.
I'm trying to
judging anything.
defend.
Yeah.
I hope that'll help.
Yeah.
All right, that's it for me.
Okay, so I need gold desperately, and that's in order to turn in for this attack. So I'm gonna go up 1, 2,
Okay.
and then unfortunately I'm gonna gather resources.
Oh, you're
so
going to gather?
I have to, right? Like,
Then you might as well go here, right?
why is that?
So that you can gather. Oh, no, it's the same.
It's the same, yeah.
Wait, where were you? Here?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's the same.
It's the same, yeah. So I'm gonna go ahead and gather 2 gold.
Uh-huh.
I'm gonna have too much material, huh?
It's just one waste. It's still
one waste, yeah.
worth it if you need the gold,
Yeah.
right?
Okay. So 1, 2 plus 1, so 3 gold, which is the number you need.
Yeah.
I'm gonna max out on materials, and then I get 1 troop. So that's that. All right, dragon. What are you doing? What are you doing?
Oh.
Small
okay.
and attack.
Small marble. Oh, we have a small and a big in there. This might
Yeah.
be the end.
And then they're gonna attack
we
on their
didn't
next
even
turn.
have a chance to become the dragon rider.
We'll see.
At least we've defeated one chamber.
We'll see. There's no guarantee they're gonna knock that over. So let's go.
I'm already. My mind is spelling defeat.
All right.
So small first.
Small first.
Oh please.
Okay, it did its job.
Nice.
So
the
you
wall
got hit.
has defended the village.
There you go.
I did get hit, but we don't move it yet.
No. So that goes.
This goes
off.
out.
Yep.
And I gain
3 foots.
I can move 3 spaces.
Yeah.
Well, I gained the point because my
got
hero got hit. And I think I will move. I guess
Yeah.
I'll just move 1 space back.
Center yourself up.
Center myself right there.
Take another hit.
Yeah.
I'm okay with it.
Okay, this is the big marble. This might be the end.
Oh, done.
Wow.
Oh, I just avoided this guy right there.
That's so unfortunate.
Dang it.
We were possibly 1 turn away from one of us being able to win because I secretly, I secretly thought maybe there's a chance that I could try to become the dragon rider.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, and you could have done
Yeah.
it, but I wasn't sure if you were going to because you declared that you weren't. So, I mean, either way,
Yeah.
you could have defeated the leftmost chamber in that turn, and then I
see.
had everything for the next one.
Do you want to see what, had we gone up against it, what the leftmost chamber would have been? Blank yellow.
Oh,
so I
so
would
you
not
could
have been able to.
You would
Well,
not.
I would have
paid.
done this and then this spend the 3.
Yeah, and then you
get-
could have continued.
And then I could have continued,
on with the next one,
which would have been
blank.
and
blue.
So I could have only done that one right there. Yeah.
Okay, but then
So-
I could have taken care of it, I guess. So we were not far off from either.
This is all assuming
You know
the
what I mean?
dragon would not kill us first.
Yes,
which it
yes,
did.
yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, assuming that didn't happen,
Yeah.
and we were able to continue, we wouldn't have been too far.
We got
off.
messed up on that double takeout.
We
That-
did.
because then
This,
because
the
then it
double
was
bastion.
then it was definitely going to be moving this way instead
Yeah.
of doing kind of a back and forth.
Right, and every game is going to be different.
little
You know,
different, yeah.
again, they're still working out the physics and the components and some of the graphic design.
Sure.
So things will probably be changing for the final copy.
Yep.
But just so you know, in previous games, that didn't happen.
Never
We
happened
have
before. Yeah.
Played games where we piecemeal the bastions. It just really depends on what goes on with the physics in your game.
Yeah.
So to clarify, the game is over because the final bastion standing has been destroyed because it was toppled over.
We didn't
by
defend the village.
the large marble. We did not successfully defend the village,
good
but we
enough.
did destroy 1 heart chamber.
1 hard chamber,
This dragon was particularly strong.
very strong. Yeah.
We didn't experience that sort of strength in the past as well.
Right.
And also, there are a lot of other artifacts that we weren't able to showcase. Like, we
Some
got a
of
lot
which-
of the pink ones.
Yeah, some of which do allow you to reconstruct the bastion.
Yes, there
Unfortunately, we
was-
didn't get to find that.
And I think maybe that was the difference. Like, this says discard this card to either destroy or rebuild 1 bastion
you
and
go.
gain 2 glory.
Yeah, that's great.
So there's that. The other thing is, had either of us decided to become the dragon rider, which sounds like was going to happen, then that player would have a hand of cards, and that's going to be depending on the red marker that you end on. So 2, 3, or 4.
Mm-hmm.
And on their turn, they're essentially going to be controlling the dragon. And the dragon no longer takes their own individual turn.
Yep.
It would just essentially be one person versus the other player dragon.
Right. Well, there you have it. That is the Flames of Fafnir. This game is currently on Kickstarter, so if you are interested in the campaign and any of the updates as to what's going on with the prototype and their final production copy, there is a link in the description down below, which you can check out at your leisure. If you have any questions about anything you saw here, feel free to leave them in the comments. We'll try to get back to you as soon as we can. Thank you all so much for watching the video. We hope you enjoyed it. If you'd like to see more videos like this in the future, please consider subscribing.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Bye.